Hello, I'm Christy Achu-Chick, and I chose the film option for the research project. And I chose that because before analyzing the other films and seeing that, I really liked it, and so I wanted to try it more during my research project. And so it was Nosedive. And so basically, Nosedive follows the life of this lady named Lacey and how she goes through society. So basically, in their society, everybody gets like ratings based on your interactions with others or things you do. And like the higher your rating, say like it's like a credit score almost. The higher your rating, the more doors you can get into, the more networks, the more people you know, the more people like, the more, it'd be like a giant popularity contest, but in society form, and it goes about it through their phones or technology in the world around them. Basically, and so my argument, or like my main argument in the video, was just that this like the need for likes and approval and like the instant gratification of all that, basically, it's like negatively impacting people and society. And I compared the nosedive episode to our real life, and some of the like academic articles I use and how they're saying like technology is having negative impacts on people because like people don't know how to interact with each other. And even when they do, the interactions aren't like very genuine or real. There's no like kind of substance to them. It's more surface level because of how like or like as a parallel into the nosedive episode about that surface level interactions. Just because you know that you're gonna get rewarded for it, or you know that like it's not genuinely because you want to help, knowing that you're not going to receive anything. And it's like basically just I talked about how it's performative and inauthentic. One thing I did want to talk about, I don't know if I touched as much inside my essay, was that like as the episode would progress, you'd see like as Lacey's score had dropped from something, she would try to do some action or something to make it go up. And instead of like helping as we thought, it kept on bringing her score down. And she kept trying to do actions and things to make her score go up and up. And it still kept decreasing. And then she started to kind of go crazy. And that's why we kind of saw like at the end of the episode, she kind of had like a breakdown or like a mental break because she realized like no matter what she was trying to do, nothing was really working for her, and she realized like the system was kind of messing with her head. I think that also is a reflection of real life and like the social constructs of like how we interact with our own technology, about how we whether it's through Instagram or just regular popularity or TikTok, however, we keep like making these Instagram posts and these TikTok posts, maybe like trying to gain popularity or whatever more. But at the end of the day, you realize like that's not real life, and that is not what's important to life. And I just think it's a good parallel um, between the two. What else? I think I also talked about how, um, like, okay, I also talked about people's behavior. I think I talked about like how people's behavior, so it's not genuine because people are doing things only like it's like a tit for tat. I talked about how in real life it affects people's real behavior, um, of that people they don't know how to talk, to how to interact with each other, they don't know how to communicate. It's not natural, and I feel like one thing we need to go back to is natural interactions with each other, learning how to be genuine and kind to each other, and like the golden rule is do unto others as you would do unto yourself. And I think we need to kind of go back into that. And I think socially, as we saw the reflection, socially like as a people, I think technology is kind of taking that naturalness away from us. And I also think it also shapes how we interact with each other. I feel like not everything is kind of surface level and interacting with people are very cold. And I think the system, I don't know how it would, but I think the system kind of needs to change. And I think like we unintentionally support and reinforce the system every day, whether it's through like we wake up in the morning and we pick up our phone as the first thing we do. Before we go to bed at night, we're scrolling through our social media, scrolling through our phone. I think we need to be more in the moment. And I think that's a point of how I think I made that point about how it's negatively impacting us. Um, and I think one thing was like expectations. Like I also think social media puts unrealistic expectations on people, and I think that was what we saw Lacey struggle with, because she had all these expectations to get a certain rating and to do this and that, and when she couldn't get that, or she couldn't hit that expectation, she started to kind of panic and have like a lot of anxiety, which I think led to her break because she didn't know how to function, didn't know what to do when she didn't hit these expectations. Like she was putting too much pressure on herself, and I think we also see that in real life. Like I think I'm guilty of it. Probably everybody else is guilty of it. It's like putting like rules, expectations on ourselves when they don't really exist. It's just like a social construct that we've like made up for ourselves that we don't even need to. And I think social media plays a really big part of that because we see like unrealistic patterns and stuff like that set for us through social media when that has nothing to do with us. But like the comparison is really hard. And we even saw Lacey like in the episode, she compared herself to other people who had way higher ratings than hers, and that's what she aspired to be. But like she could have realized like what she's doing and where she's at is fine. And I think we need to do more of that, like as a society, realizing like to live in the moment, where we are and what you're doing is fine. And when you compare with others, it's not going to work. Okay, that's basically what I'm saying. Thank you.